Whoa, let's take a look at what Wailord and Spiritomb look like fused together. What's it gonna be?
Oh.
Thank
you, Gas Mask Blackley.
I really like this. Because of how goofy it is. The little eye amongst a big body pushes this into B for me. Thank you very much.
This has to... Why is he a cube? There has to be a reason, right?
Why not?
I don't need to know the reason to love it. Like, unconditionally. I'll let it foster my kids, but like, hey.
This thing is really telling a story. And I don't know what that story is, but I enjoy that it's telling a story. It makes me uncomfortable in like a happy way, and he has gross zipper teeth, and I'm gonna give him an A.
Spiritomb transported Wailord to Minecraft, and now he's got teeth. B.
Let's see if the reverse is square.
Oh my god, what the hell?
It's a little less than square.
How did we get here
wait.
from where the original was?
That's got to be a reference, right?
If this is original, kudos to these two people for making it.
Whoa, I was not after seeing a square lad, and now it's this? Man, what an amazing fusion. It's so unexpected. The only thing I'll knock it for is that Wailord itself does get a little lost here, but I can still understand. So I'll give it like an incredibly high A+. This is very cool.
They really wanted to make this, and they took the whale option, and then they made it, because I'm not seeing Wailord in the slightest. For that, I'm gonna have to dock a point or two, just because it's not like an excellent fusion of the two Pokemon. However, high B, low A,
High
just because
B?
because it doesn't show Wailord.
It's a whale! This is an S. I say this because I have eyes, and this is an S. I feel like it has to be a reference, and if it's not, again, I mean, that's crazy. Why are Wailord fusions like some of the best things in this game? It doesn't make any sense at all. I have to give it an S.
This is rad as heck. This whole thing is insane. Good whale, S.
Someone wants Psyduck Xatu, which I forgot Xatu was a Pokemon, so let's see. Oh. Okay.
Thank you, robot department store.
I'm reading a bit of Pichu in here. I can't, like, it boggles me. I can't go higher than a C because I don't think that I feel bad because I can't put it into words.
I can try to put it into words for you, Mitch. I think that this is not actually a fusion of Psyduck and Xatu. It's actually a fusion of Charlie Brown and Woodstock. I am going to give this a C, but like, look at it and tell me I'm wrong.
It's not a bad fusion, but it's not a great one either. My favorite part is just the Xatu wing, like, coming up to hold his head, like Psyduck always does. I stared at that for way too long trying to figure out what it was doing. It's like a high C.
Listen, he made me giggle. Xatu made me giggle. He's still a guy. It's like, Psyduck was like, I'm gonna cosplay as Xatu. And here it is. It's a good fusion of the two. Like, just factually, it's the two of them fused. I don't tell you, I'm gonna give it like a B- just because he makes me giggle.
Looks like two Psyducks in a trench coat trying to like go into a bar to get a drink. Let's see if there is Xatu Psyduck reversed. Whoa, that's actually really cool. Not gonna lie.
That's a lot.
Zadok lost everything.
Yeah.
You know, specifically in Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Red and Blue Rescue Team, the Xatu in that game stares directly into the sun for days on end. And I think that's what this one tried to do and failed. As Kyle said last time, it made me giggle, so I'm pumping it up to a B-.
This is like more emotion than I've ever seen on any Pokemon fusion I think we've ever looked at. And I love that, like, because Psyduck's supposed to get like the headaches all the time from its like psychic powers, and it's like amplified because it's fused with the Xatu, so it just like cannot handle it at all. And it's just kind of a cool design too. Slightly horrifying. I'm gonna let this slip into A.
I was gonna talk a little bit of trash on it because it at first it just read kind of like Xatu to me, and the more I looked at it, the more I realized the proportions were very Psyduck-ish. I think it's really funny, my original headcanon though, that it's just a Xatu that has a headache the strength of what a Psyduck deals with on a daily basis and can't deal. The more I look at it, the more I like it. This is like a pretty strong B for me.
Because of the Mr. Ninja games, actually, I do like Xatu a good bit. And Psyduck's just a cute little guy. So this is awesome for me. I think this is awesome. The thing that gets me is I think it's the tail feathers that are coming up and like flipping around, showing like the pain and the struggle. It's like wildly emotional. I'll let it be just a solid A.
Someone asked for Tyranitar Dragonite. Let's see if that's... Oh, what?
Oh.
That's like very anime.
Yeah.
It's not as like ass blast incredible as I was hoping it would be, just given like the two options. But I guess Dragonite is derpy, so that would derpify Tyranitar. Actually, this tracks a lot more than now that I'm thinking about it. I do like this. I think it's a good blend. I like the face and the pose. He's very like anime. I'ma getcha. I don't know how to describe it, but I don't hate it. I'll give it a B.
To translate what I think Tyler was trying to say, this thing looks like it knows how strong it is. I love the blue Dragonite stripe down the body on the like mint green Tyranitar color palette. I really like this. This is a strong B.
I really like Dragonite, and I really like Tyranitar, so it gets an A. Woo! It's really good. I like it a lot. Also, just a point that I don't know if they meant to do, but Dragonite's shiny is green, similar to this. So perhaps that is a bit of a point pulled into this, perhaps. This thing is so expressive. A.
I know this is like a net positive for pretty much every other person on the planet, but I don't like how round and goofy Dragonite is, so making Tyranitar like that is not to my tastes personally. However, I do think that this is very well made. It blends colors very well together. The lighting and shading is excellent. The only issue I really take with it is that I think the arms are maybe too big for the legs to make sense. However, yeah, A. I'll give it an A.
Someone wants Scizor Rayquaza, which sounds awesome. We're gonna take a look at that. It's Slifer.
Slifer the Sky Dragon! Holy shit! This is so sick. I can't remember what they're called, but I love the gods, the Egyptian god cards. Could not have expected this fusion. And I love that it still retains a little bit of the original Pokemon in this too. Like it's a very clearly Slifer, but it's also still very clearly Rayquaza with the body cusps and the Scizor tail. It's so cool. High S, highest S.
As someone who doesn't understand the reference, this is very hard to decipher where things start and end because of the darkness on it. However, still very cool. I'll give it a B+.
I do have some problems. I think this is really awesome. I am completely and utterly failing to understand what is behind its head. What is that?
I believe that is Scizor's wing.
And it carries over my long-standing issue of trying to put wings where they don't belong. I would say this creature is a little too big for Scizor's wings to work. Other than that, I like it a lot. I think I'm going to give this a high A.
I like that it's a reference to something without just being that thing. Like, it's very clearly still the two Pokemon, and it's just fused in a way that it resembles that other thing without just being that thing copy-pasted. So I will give it an A. Is there a Rayquaza Scizor reverse? What the f*** am I looking at?
Too much.
No. This is boring. It's Rayquaza's colors. I love Rayquaza's colors, but it's just Scizor with Rayquaza's colors and his tail and head as like a helmet for some reason. No, I'm not interested in this one. This is generously a low C.
Yeah, I'll use a different word, another B word to describe it. And this is busy. There's just so much going on here, and I respect some of it. I think there are pros and cons. I think some of the coloring is very cool. The actual like hands, the claws are pretty cool and fun. However, the tail just feels like it's there for no reason. And then the headpiece it just doesn't really blend that well for me. I see what they're trying to do, but I'm still gonna give it like a C.
I can see where they're trying to go with this. This may be the one fusion I've seen so far where Scissor's wings are actually supposed to be there. But unfortunately, the tail and the head make it really, really busy. I think that the head can be workshopped. I think it can be maybe parsed down. But unfortunately, I'm going to have to give it just like a low C.
Yeah, I think at its core, this had potential to be really cool. And I think mostly it's just that the headpiece, it's like a little too big and it's kind of a little too much. Because I think if it was just kind of the just Scizor sort of palette swap and like design from Rayquaza, it would be simple, but it would be like kind of clean. Like I'd kind of like it. I think it's just a little too much with the headpiece on top of it. So I will also give it a C. Someone wants Ekans Mr. Mime. I don't know why they want this. Let's see. What am I looking at?
What's happening? This is a mythical creature. The mythical creature that lives in my toilet. I'll give it a B. This guy's, I don't know, he's got some like weird aura about him. I don't know. It's just, I don't know. It's so goofy and weird.
It's unknowable. Okay, it's clearly supposed to be weird and out there. I don't know how I feel about the legs with no feet, and I don't know how I feel about the accordion neck, but I love the face, and I think it's really neat that he has like asymmetric arms. So I will give this a C.
This is somehow like 10 times more terrifying than the Mr. Mime Parasect thing. I think because it's just unsettling, also kind of looks like it might be biblically accurate purple guy. I'm gonna give it a B.
I was just talking with some people about how it feels to be an adult that's scared of the dark. I am not scared of a person in my home. I'm scared of this thing in my home. B for bitch, no.
Let's see if there's a Mr. Mime Ekans reverse and not talk about how we want to do inappropriate things to the original. What the heck is going on, dude?
Mr. Ans!
What the hell?
The whimsy!
I love it so much. It's so good. I think it was like, it's an expectation thing. Like you look at Ekans, you look at Mr. Mime, and you're like, I look at this and it's so high above my expectations. It has so much character. It's a pretty awesome fusion of the two, honestly. I didn't think it could be done, but there it is. And Lil News is still a tune. I'll give it a low A. Why not?
I mean, what else is there to say? It's Mr. Mime, but a snake. It does remind me of something. I could not tell you what, but it's so whimsical, and it honestly is an excellent fusion. So I have to give it, I want to give it an S.
It's crazy how much personality they can give to just making Mr. Mime into a line, but it has more personality than regular Mr. Mime. I think I also have to put this in S. It's really cool, and it really shouldn't be.
Your boys love the mime noodle. He is so happy. This is a sweet little happy little whistling doodad, man. Highest A for me, boys.
Christmas is not a time nor a season, but a state of mind. Welcome to the lead up to Christmas fusions. First, we have Delibird Torterra.
Okay, that was oh, he do be Christmas, don't he? Yeah.
I think it's really cute. The star shining up top is really nice. It's a very good blend of the two, realistically. And it's just nice and festive. The face is terrifying. B+.
There are a lot of details in here that I'm a big fan of. Primarily the Delibird tail as like the Santa's sack on it, just like on the back of the shell under the Christmas tree. It's very fun. Much like Kyle, yes, I agree. The face is terrifying, but also it's very funny. It's all stretched out. But I'll give it a B.
I'm gonna give this a B for bussin' ass Christmas. Things that are holding it back for me, those gross ass toes, I do not like them. The tree only has 2 decorations on it. What the fuck?
It's pretty good. I like it. I'm a huge fan of Torterra, but this is a lot. In general, I like the little gingerbread house, though. I said B.
Merry Christmas, you filthy animals. It's Delibird Lantern.
Oh, I hate that a lot.
Bad.
No, it's good, but I hate it.
No, yeah, bad thoughts.
I can fix him. He's my favorite. I love him so much, but he is just the doofiest dude ever. I'm gonna just let it be a B because he's so doofy. I love him.
I don't want to know who this deli turn is luring in with the sack of toys and goodies. Unfortunately, this is a case of that's basically just Lantern's entire whole ass body. Its face is a very stretchy and a very funny. I'll give it like a C.
To answer your question, Mitch, I think he's luring himself because he's staring really, really intently at that bag. I think that he is just like, that is his curse is to constantly swim after this bag that's attached to him that he cannot get. I'm gonna give him a B because goofy.
I don't know where this thing's brain went, because both Lantern and Delibird seem pretty lucid to me, but this thing has no idea where it is. Love the stalking. I see.
Hello, buddy. I hope you find your dad. Next is Delibird Charizard.
Hate these references. Whoa!
Yo! What is in the sack?
That's a Charmander,
It's a Charmander. I think this is really cool. It is very much Charizard. However, I think there's a lot of like features that get added to this that really help. Little twinkly snow all around is nice. The belly is fluffy, which is fun. And the tail being like this glacial, like instead of like the fiery flame is awesome. And little buddy Charmander's great too. I'm going to let this be just like a strong A.
While it is mostly Charizard's body, it's all custom sprite work, which I really appreciate. I really like the tail, and I really like Charmander in the sack. That's adorable. The Charizard head, but with a beak, and that beak also has a beard, is an interesting decision. But we'll put it in B.
I actually think this is really, really good. Like, it's not one of my personal favorites, but like a lot of effort was put into this. The posing is great. I'm a sucker for like huge, imposing eyebrows that lift off of the body. I have to give this an A just because of how well done this is.
I love the love that was put into this design. I love this color palette on Charizard's body too. I don't know what it is, but it feels real good. Love Charmander in the sack. He's so scrawny in there, but this is like a low A. I like this.
Yo ho ho and a bottle of rum. It's Delibird and Vileplume.
That's not Christmas themed.
I said ho ho.
Whoa! What the hell? What is happening?
happened?
It's so bad. Like, not
What?
bad. Not bad, like cursed bad. I love it, but it's cursed.
Bad
No, it's-
for it, awesome for us.
Its existence is bad, but I adore it. As you know, Vileplume is one of my favorite Pokemon ever. This one specifically, I think has so much character. It's really fun. A poor little Delibird's getting crushed under the weight of Christmas, as we all do. I think it's awesome. I don't give a shit. I'm giving it an S. I don't care.
I think the tree is really well rendered. I like that the little Delibird head has the little shit Vileplume eyes, and I really like that they bent the Christmas tree to fit it into the sprite parameters. So A+ for sure.
I know it's not supposed to be like this. Like, obviously there's like one of the tree branches is like going over his head to give it like depth. But to me, I just keep seeing his head splitting open and then the tree coming out of it, which makes it so much more fucked. I am going to give this a strong A, though, because it's very good.
Trying desperately to figure out if the tree is part of his body or if he's just a little guy carrying it around because he is the delivery flower Pokemon. I pray for this Deliplume's scoliosis. This is a B.
Put that cookie down now. Lantern Sceptile.
Wow, you really saved the best one.
I
Merry
thought I knew where this was
Christmas!
going.
Merry Christmas! Yay!
But just what I wanted. Balls.
Everybody looked at Sceptile one. That's a lot of balls. But what if they were Christmas balls? So here's the thing. I love Sceptile. I don't love this. In the spirit of Christmas, I shall give it a generous B.
I don't know what I was expecting from this, but it wasn't quite this. This little guy, this loser stole my Christmas tree, and I'm upset. C plus.
It's balls, man. That's a lot of balls, man. That's just an alarming amount of balls. It's so many balls. It's just balls, man. I have nothing to say about this. It's just balls. B for balls.
Take a swig of nog every time Tyler says balls.
That's a lot of balls, man. I don't like that he's blue, and I don't like Lantern's eyes on Sceptile's head. They're too big. Don't like the Christmas spirit. This is a C.
Bonus Christmas! Bonus Christmas! It's Delibird Lapras.
Okay, what are we? Oh.
Why?
Christmas Christmas is cancelled.
I'd kind of prefer this shoving its throat down my chimney than a Santa.
Throwing its throat down my chimney.
Look at that neck, dog.
So it has like the stare of war. I just can't get over how spherical the sack is on its back. That's like such a spherical sack. Not to continue with the trend of balls, but there's just a really large one on its back. And for just how spherical it is, give it a C+.
The more I look at it, that's like not actually atrocious. I actually think that the big beak really works for it. But once again, they appear to have gone the route of beard, and I don't like that. So I'll give it like a high D, low C.
I think those eyes have seen things that it did not want to see. The toes are fucked up again, though, so I'm going to give it a C.
He's wearing a onesie. C for 1C.
Christmas is over. You know what that means? Summertime. Summertime. It's summertime. So that's why we're looking at Ninetales Gengar, baby. Surf's up.
Okay, man. That's cool.
Skipped spring.
Oh my god. No. I'm glad I'm ready for sun because Ningar is
Wow. Naruto, if he was obese.
Huh? This is crazy. Is this a reference to Naruto? Is that what this is?
It's not far off from Kurama, yeah.
I think the face on this is very well done. And because of how much work went into the face and making it like a blend between Gengar and Ninetales, I'll give it a B+.
The face carries. Let's get this out of the way. But I also do I appreciate that everything about Gengar was kind of made longer, like slightly longer arms, slightly longer ears, slightly longer tufts of hair. I would give it like a A-, like just honestly based entirely on the face.
I think that this is like really, really well done. The face is obviously like the focal point, which is why it has the most detail. And I think they did an incredible job with it. Same with what Mitch said. I think the fact that it's just kind of like elongated some of the parts and made them more fox-like really helps. His right foot facing the screen does look impossibly facing up, so I will hold it at an A, but it's a very strong A.
Hey, there's a lot of detail.
But like, what if you flipped it?
I don't know. What if we flipped it? Whoa. He has some spicy feet there. He needs some Dr. Scholl's.
This short is not sponsored by Dr. Scholl's. I really like this. This is really cool. The like flaming bottom of like the feet and the tails is a really, really fun touch that like adds a lot to this because without it, it is a bit like weirdly plain, but like just the unique like spray work of the fur and everything across it. I just have to give it an A.
I just made a joke off screen about sprite workers just copy pasting Ninetales tails because they don't want to render 9 entire tails. And then this breaks out with 9 completely redone Gengarified Ninetales. And it genuinely, like, along with the spirit fire, which ties them together really nicely, and the personality and the shading on all of this, I actually just want to give this a really solid S.
Granted, I have a really heavy Ninetales bias because it's my favorite Pokemon, but the personality that they gave this thing, it looks so mischievous, and the flames on it are just really cool, really nice touch. I like that they made them extra spiky, and just kind of the design language on it of just making it very like swooping out into like these big angles. It's a really, really well done fusion, and I'm gonna give it a very high A.
I like this a lot for all the reasons that were stated. I love the fire on it. The only thing that holds it back a little bit for me, and it's very nitpicky, is just there could have been a cooler pose to it just for the sprite work, but the design of it, very, very good. So same, high A.
Someone in the comments asked for Crobat and Toxicroak, but Toxicroak apparently is not an infinite fusion, so we're gonna do Toxapex and see if that makes anything. And it's really, really, really dumb. It's so dumb.
It's a little bit dopey.
Croapex. I will say this. I really dig the bored expression. I think it's genuinely hilarious. Unfortunately, I'm not super gelling with the rest of it. I think it's creative that they put the Crobat wings as like the raised tentacles, but it won't sneak higher than D+.
I like the idea behind it, and it is very goofy, and it got a reaction out of me. I think it would have been better if it was like all wings kind of coming down instead of it just kind of being like a recolor and then 2 wings on top. But I like the idea behind it, so I'll still give it like a C.
I wish so badly that it had been all wings and that it was flying through the air like a jellyfish, because that would have been so cool. As it stands, I like the color scheme. I like how doofy Crobat looks in there. I give it a B.
See, there's nothing telling us that those can't be wings right now. So thus I'll live in a world where I have joy. And they're all wings and they all flap together to let it take off. And then when it comes in for a landing, it has to use its doofy little feet that are dangling down to stop its re-entry from the atmosphere. Thus, I shall give it a B+.
Let's see if there's Toxapex Crobat reversed. Oh, okay. That's kind of horrifying,
There's
actually.
a lot happening here.
So this is going to be a weird deep cut. Does anyone remember that like weird spitting creature from the first episode of Chowder, the froggy apple crumple thumpkin or whatever? This reminds me of that. The more I look at it, I really like the design for the wings, like the big tough claws and the webbing on them is really interesting to me. So I'm going to give this a solid A for sure.
I really like the way they blended the wings with Toxapex's legs? Question mark. I like just the general like sprite style of this. And it's so small and creepy. I would not want to encounter this thing in the wild. It's gross, and I'm going to give it an A because it's very well done and it's gross.
Creative is the best word that has been said about this thing. It is so horrifying and so interesting. I love it. The Pokemon trainers who would have this thing are the same as the people who own cats that actively hate their cats. A.
This is really cool because of the fact that like it takes elements from both Pokemon and it doesn't just copy them. It is like completely unique, and it like the actual body itself, like the main body, is something like completely unique. Like it really doesn't feel like one or the other. It just feels like they created their own thing that is a blend of the two, and it works really well. I feel like I'd see this thing flying at me in Terraria, except for I don't play Terraria. I'll give it an A+.
Someone has been asking for an extremely long time for us to do Gardevoir Golurk, and we're finally getting around to it. So here we go. Check out Gardevoir Golurk. What the hell? I understand why you were so insistent that we look at this now. It all makes sense.
It's a reference to something, right?
Holy shit, I don't know.
Clear.
I have no clue if this is a reference. If it's not, that makes this even better. This is so cool. It's kind of difficult to parse because there's so much going on, but it's so insanely well rendered and it's so cool looking. And I'm kind of speechless. I have to give this a super high S. This is crazy looking.
The Egg Overlord giveth. This thing looks like it would be in like an anime about Titanfall. This thing is rad. Easy S.
I love Gardevoir. I love Golurk. I think this is one of the coolest things we've looked at. Often I am very excited to look at the comments after the fact to see what people tell us references are if we don't realize them right away. And I'm really excited for this one because I adore this thing as is, and I'm excited to know if it is a reference. The highest S. It's one of my favorites I've seen.
If I recall correctly, Golurk Curlia was a reference to like Bronya from Honkai Impact 3rd. And looking at pictures, I don't believe this carries that reference. I'm choosing to believe that it's not a reference at all and that this is brand new. Either way, I cannot give this any lower than a low S because, oh my god.
Let's see if there's a Golurk Gardevoir reverse. Oh, that's a lot more disappointing than what we just looked at. I don't hate it, but it is
it's not bad.
Not as god tier as the other one. I do think it's a good blend of the two. Again, it's not super crazy. It's very basic, but I like that they have her weird like boob triangle thing coming through like Golurk's crack. That's a nice touch. I like that they kind of made the dress armored. They gave her the shoulder pads. It's cute. I'll give it like a C, I think.
I usually don't give a lot of points to recolors, but I like this color scheme for this. I don't know. That's really all I have to say about it. There's not really much else. It's just cool. It's like a B.
Where the points come from for me in this is the coloring decisions. The eye kind of matching like the crack in the chest and the sparkles around it. And then like the hair matching the wristbands and the bottom of the dress. And I think just a lot of like the unique work done to like flare up the general Gardevoir design. I think this is a really simple fusion, but a really good one. So I'm going to let this be an A-. There's some bias in that. but I think there's a lot of really cool things that were done here.
I personally really like it when people work the crack in Golurk's chest into the design in some way, and they did a really good job with that here. I'm not super thrilled with the perspective on the skirt, and that is definitely just a ripped Gardevoir head. But I won't give this any lower than the C because I do like it.
Guys, it's Gardevoir Golurk week. There's so many alts for this, and we have to look at all of them.
Surprise!
Sorry. Here's the first alt. This is crazy by Ludobups. First off, I love Mega Man. Second off, I love anime robot waifus, such as Elisa from Tekken or the Ball from The Incredibles. I also am not I'm not a non-fan of the Statue of Liberty. So there's a lot going on here that really speaks to me on a personal level. I really like it. I like that like the golden cracks is kind of tying into that like that theme of like that they made the shitty tea guy off of that's a shitty Pokemon. If you like the tea thing, fuck off. This thing's awesome. Highest S I can afford. The pose is also really cool, and it has a spirit bomb.
This thing is so rad. The legs, the way that they're designed, make it feel like it's like a toy soldier almost. It's so cool, and this is such a dynamic pose for it too. This is an S.
This one has so much like character and action that it's just so dynamic and cool. The blue kind of connects throughout it, but then the brown is like breaking it up. And then the gold outward chest piece is like glowing to match the ball on the fucking Mega Man. Like, it's just so fucking cool. I'm gonna be an S as well. Like, this is so awesome.
The power is in the posing. The design itself doesn't actually particularly thrill me, but it's extremely solid. Just like what Nico said, I do really enjoy the way that they design the legs, and with the rest of the body, it really does give like automaton constructed as a guardian. So I will give this a high A.
Welcome back to Golurk Gardevoir week. There's a million alts. What's the next one going to look like? That's really cool.
Oh,
that's really cool.
Yeah.
I love it. This has the dress from the one we looked at prior, but in a better like flow to it that I read it better. And then just like this crazy like glowing eye with the psychic power, the halo. There's a story here. In the still image, there's a crazy story and I adore it. I'll say low S.
So this is a particularly niche subject matter that I'm going to talk about here, but I am a sucker for detached big arms. I love Golurk's color scheme, and applying it to something as strong in design as Gardevoir and giving it all these extra little details is really, really cool. So I'll give it an A- because it is still just Golurk's arms, but
way to really bring it home there at the end. I don't want to give out another S rank, but I'm going to because this is cool. I too enjoy a floating arm here and there. Maybe not to like a sexual degree, but it's cool, man. I don't have anything else to say. It's an S.
This rips. The Golurk arms, they're just Golurk arms. Yeah, I know. But like they're being held up by psychic power. It's so cool. It's not as cool as the other, and I don't want to give out too many S's. I'm going to give this the highest A I can.
Welcome back to Golurk Gardevoir week, which will never end because there's so many alts. And what is the next one? That's is that Bronya again?
I think that's the Bronya, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just an evolved version
it.
of the Bronya one.
Well,
yeah.
We found it, fellas. We found the Bronya continuation. As per the last one, I'm a big fan of floating big arms. I'm not going to say a whole lot about the actual Gardevoir down below. It does appear to be largely a repurposed sprite. However, I think it's fairly obvious that the robot behind her is completely unique. I like the big G for Gardevoir. S.
You stole my bit. I was going to say it got a big G, so you remembered that it's a Golurk. And I am in fact going to give this a G. For good. Don't get it twisted. It's not low on the alphabet because it's bad. G, in fact, means good. And that's just where it belongs, okay?
It's got a G for great. B.
I don't personally get the reference, so it doesn't like pull to me as much as it might for others. And the thing that I'll point out that no one else has really pointed out is that while it is just straight up a Gardevoir sprite, I like that there has been a lot of detail added to the dress of Gardevoir's basic sprite to like create like the thickness, like it's like a very billowy dress. And for that reason alone, I'll give it a B+.
Golurk, Gardevoir, fusions, never stop. There's too many of them. What is the next alt? Oh, this one's all right. I think this is also the last one from the look of it.
So looks like it, yeah.
Good. I have a little bit of a thing for stabby feet. I don't know why, but like when the feet just go down to a point and it's like you could just and like stab someone through it. That's why I like that Cinderella Digimon that I can't remember the name of. And that's why I like that bitch with the sword feet from Kingsman. Yeah. Wow, step on me. It'd kill me, but step on me. I'll give it like a B. I don't know.
I like this one a lot. I really like that it shows off the legs here and still like brings out the skirt. Like it looks like it's ready for physical battle. The only thing that I don't love is the rendering of the left hand. It just kind of looks like a ball. But outside of that, this is a strong A for me.
I don't know if you knew this about me, but I have a thing for like bulbous hands. Like just really round, poorly rendered hands. It could just be a circle with lines through it to indicate fingers. Like that really, oh boy, that gets me going. Could never jerk me off. Like that's awesome.
Jesus Christ.
I think specifically the swirls and like the brown bottom of the dress is very cool. Pointy feet could stab me. I'm into all of it. I'm into it all. I'll give it like an A+.
This very much does have like the battle skirt, it just combat ready stance. I really like the design for all of the reasons that Dave said, especially the part about bulbous hands. I'm not exactly thrilled that I have to assume that she has elbows, but I'll give it a low A, high B for sure.
Someone in the comments wants to know what would happen if we took a Jinx and a Melodic and put them together, and an artist on the internet has an answer for us, and it's
not as bad as it could have been.
No, it's like weirdly good, sort of.
As a color good. Where's that spike coming from? It doesn't look like there's anywhere for it to come from. I don't like that this has hair and is fish, but it's strong outside of that. To B.
I cautiously say this is very good. Like at first I was scared, then I saw it. Then I took a good long look, and I realized this is quite good. Now, you would look at this and say the colors are a bit jarring, and that's fine, because those are Jinx's colors, so like it's pulling from that. And so because it has a purpose, and also the tendrils making a little heart on top, I'm gonna let this be like A+.
I can't help but appreciate that they extended the pattern at the end of Milotic's tail all the way up just to like work in Jinx's design. I hate that this is really good. I really hate that. I'll give it a low A just because I don't like the kissy lips.
This is genuinely like extremely well done, which bothers me greatly. The rendering is just insane. The problem is that one of my anti-kinks is big lips. I don't know why. I don't like those big ol' smoochers. I don't know. This is just like really unsettling. So I will still give it an A+ because it's very good, but it's out of S because pretty big lip. Is there a Melodic Jinx reverse though? Oh. Whoa.
That's actually hilarious.
What the hell? Once again, why do I not hate it?
This is better than Jinx is. I actually kind of like this a lot. The only thing I don't love is how long the arms are, but that's Jinx's arms. So what do I care? It's like kind of sassy with like how the eyes are slanted. Like there's a lot of personality in this, and Milotic scales as a dress work really well. Like you know what? I give this like a low A.
Yeah, this is awesome. Like this is really good. The work on like the little water fountains on the hands is awesome. They're great with the little hearts. My only drawback is that it kind of looks like Milonx is drooling a bit because of the way the pixels are with the lipstick of the blue lipstick. So I'll let it just be an A.
Once again, they've put the pattern from Milotic's tail to really, really excellent use. I like vowed to hate everything Jinx, and it's just not working out for me, I guess. The water looks really, really good, and the dress looks awesome. So once again, putting it in the A range.
Yeah, I am once again upset at how genuinely amazing this looks, because I want to hate it, and I still kind of do, but I can't fully because it just looks too good. The dress is amazing. The water fountain heart shit coming out of the hand is really what's putting it over the edge for me. I might have to begrudgingly put this at bottom of S. I really think I do. Someone in the comments asked us to look at Miltank Wobbuffet, so we are going to do that. It's...
Stop! I don't want to look at Milbuffet.
Milbuffet, more like.
Milbuffet.
The only reason. No, I'm gonna give it a C plus in general because let's be real, right? It's a good fusion.
that feel you get when all of your blood rushes to a nondescript portion of your body, fellas, am I right?
And you just salute the sky.
Wouldn't you salute if it was like that?
Yeah, if the head of my had 4 little dippies, it sure would be saluting.
At the end of the day, it is really funny, and it got a Titanic reaction out of us.
I understand it's just taking the shape of Wobbuffet's body, but I never noticed until today that the entire shape of Wobbuffet's body is just nipples on nipples. The toes are nippular. The body is big nippular. And then there's nipple crown. It's too much nipple in an F.
I think it's pretty clever that they made the Wobbuffet like the little tail. However, the main body is now that little Wobbuffet's penis, and he has an echidna penis. F.
Let's see. There's a Wobbuffet, Miltank, reverse. I don't hate that. That's just kind of funny.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty fun. I'm pleasantly surprised that we're not looking at a large, utter shaft. This thing is fun. I don't know. The Wobbuffet face on the Miltank body is actually working for me a lot more than I thought it would. And then the tail, just like kind of looking back at the body, like what has become of me, is great. I'll give it B.
I'm glad that we've reached a zenith where like we've seen so much terrible Miltank stuff that black necrosis nips is like not even bothered to us. This kind of gives me like unofficial beta Snorlax vibes. Like a pre-evolution where he's grumpy and waking up. It's just kind of solid and cute. B. I like the tail. I like the face. I think it's cute.
Funny, goofy, haha, yes. Enjoy it. It's not cursed. All about that. It gets me wondering. His body do be cow now. Does he still like that rubbery texture of like a Wobbuffet? Like if you were to make him into steaks, would it be like gummy texture or would it be actual meat? And I don't know. And I don't know if I want to know. So I'm just gonna put him in C. C for chewy meat, perhaps.
He's goofy. He's friend-shaped. Got the little flapping Wobbuffet arms, a tiny little head. I like the little bit of, I think maybe it's supposed to be cow print on the tail. I don't know, but the little dots there, I don't know. It's fine, low B.
Someone in the comments asked us for Zubat Machoke. We're gonna take a look at that. Let's see what we've got. Oh.
Ooh. You know what? Actually, I think I saw this in game.
Huh.
That's interesting. I never thought about the concept of armpit hair as bat wings, and I'm not like opposed to it. I think it's done well. I like that they added like a bat face onto the belt. I think that's a nice touch. I don't know. I like it. I'll give this like a solid B. I really don't hate this.
Buff Dracula Zubat? Hell yeah. A.
I really like Zoochoke. The thing that really gets me going with this one, it's not the bulbous hands. It is the wings like being behind it and like they're added in onto like the Machoke sprite, but like they're added into the point where like you can tell they're there and you can tell where they are, but they're not like the star of this. And it still incorporates them well. That along with just like the flash, the purple, and even the little bat on the belt. I think this is just a fantastic fusion. I'll give it A-.
I will call him Vladimir Protein. B+.
Let's see if there's Machoke Zubat reversed. He's certainly a little guy, isn't he? Oh, what the hell? Oh no. I'd be much more concerned coming across this thing in a cave than the other one that we looked at that was a ripped man. And that just speaks volumes about the amount of terror that this thing could truly inflict. He's still wearing the belt, but it raises the question of how did he put the belt on? Because he has no arms. Also, his nostrils kind of look like little eyeballs, and that's really f***ing funny. This is an A+. Probably, right?
Ah, he's weird. Oh, he's got dumpy little jelly bean body. Ah, he's weird. I like the details. There's a lot of little details. He got the little red stripies on his wings. I'm terrified to think that this thing is as strong as a Machoke. This is a lower A than Zoochoke was.
I tell you what's going on here and how that belt got there. It's picture day at school. Mom got him ready. Had him all prepped and ready. Did his hair, really slicked it back nice and good. That thing ain't moving if it got punched. And Mom went, "Don't forget your nice belt." And I like to imagine that this Mabat's body is like much more like tiny than this, and putting it on just like went, like, see, it's extended it out. And for all of these reasons, it's an A+.
As previously mentioned multiple times, he's got the belt, which begs the question, who did he beat in a wrestling match to get it? I'm not like as entertained or impressed by this as everyone else, but I'll still give it a low B.
Somebody asked for Darkrai Spiritomb, and I'm very excited to see what this looks like. Here we go. What? It's very ugly.
It's fun and interesting. I'm not sure. I don't like the hair. Something solid coming out of the spirit cloud is very not what I'm looking for here. But I do like that it's coming out of a dream catcher. That's awesome. I'll give it a high B.
Yeah, I mean, it is like a really good blend of the two. It doesn't really do anything for me personally. I like the dream catcher. I'll give it like a low B, because it's only okay in my opinion.
I actually like this a little bit more than y'all, I think. I'm okay with the hair because the whole thing feels a little bit more physical to me than like gaseous. I really like actually that the mouth is the same shape as Spiritomb's, but it's like mimicking like the collar on Darkrai. So I like this thing a lot. I'm gonna put it in like a low A.
Yeah, I'm kind of right around where Nico is with it, I think. I think conceptually this thing's very cool. I think the blending of the designs, like just straight up like Darkrai's face and head, but with like the Spiritomb-y mouth, but it's red, like it works. It works for me. It's a bit everywhere, but like all comes together kind of for me. So yeah, I'm also gonna go like low A, like an A-.
Let's see if there's a Spiritomb Darkrai reverse. Holy crap!
Whoa!
That's really cool.
So is it just wearing like a hat? Is that like a rock hat? Or is that supposed to be its face because its face is lower? It's really hard for me to tell what's going on here. Maybe it's easier for you guys. I really like the energy crackling around the hand. It looks like it's ready to attack. Genuinely, the custom sprite work, even though I can't really tell exactly what's going on, custom sprite work looks incredible. So I'm gonna give this a low A.
What I'm gathering from this, or my headcanon at least for this, is that it looks like he put on like a helmet of some kind made out of like Spiritomb's rock thing, and then the souls kind of like took over his whole body, because you see the black bits on the bottom that are still like kind of him, so it's like the soul-age is kind of like taking over his body like Venom style. I'm really into that. It's very cool. I think I will give this a low A. I'm really digging this.
I don't like it as much as the first one, but I really like the look that it feels like it's exploding out of the keystone that it uses and using it to its advantage now instead of being bound to it. It looks really cool. I'll probably put this in very high B.
Yeah, I'm a bit torn on this one. I also agree where like it's kind of hard to tell exactly the body of it with the purple being all over the place. It still looks very cool, but just it's not as readable as the prior was. It does things better, does things worse. I'm gonna just let it be the same exact rank because I do like it still. A-.
Let's see if there's any alts for Spiritomb Darkrai. Holy crap! That's so much cooler than the other one. What the fuck? Yo!
Now, this I really like a lot, actually. There's still, like, you can kind of see in the front, there's still a little bit of regular Darkrai bleeding through with the black body. I also kind of like the implication that this is, like, the nightmares of the damned souls. Really, really cool. Really awesome posing. Gotta give it a low S.
As a Darkrai fan, like, Darkrai is, like, pretty much tied for my favorite Pokemon of all time. This makes me really happy. This is cool as shit. The color scheme is awesome, and just giving him some extra little shape changes to make it more in line with Spiritomb. Like, I have to give it an S. It's like if Darkrai was like a Mountain Dew mascot.
Mountain Dew Pitch Black because it's the Pitch Black Pokemon.
Yeah.
Weirdly, one of my favorite parts is that they recolored the Keystone to be black to match like Darkrai's Pitch Black. Also love that he's ready to throw the Spirit Marbles at us. I'll give this a strong A.
Yes, 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 daddy like. Give me the S.
Someone has asked us to check out Mewtwo Blastoise. I like both these Pokemon. Hope it's cool. Whoa.
Huh.
I think it's a reference to the movie, sort of. I don't know what I was expecting. I don't think it was this. Overall, I think I like it. It's a little goofy. I feel like it's a reference to the Mewtwo movie because of the patterns on the Blastoise face and the weird Pokeballs. I'll give it an A, I think. A low A.
Until I noticed the Pokeball looking things on the end of the guns, I didn't really see the reference like Tyler said, but I see it a little bit now. Doesn't make me like it anymore. I don't love this. I don't love Mewtwo's face on Blastoise's head shape or most of the rest of the shape of this. Honestly, like a high C for me.
Yeah, I mean, I like it to an extent. I agree with the patterns on the head thing, but like overall for me, I do just want to, I pretty much agree with Nico, but I want to just point out that the Pokedex for this reads, a Pokemon that was created by genetic manipulation. Their bullets of water can precisely nail tin cans from a distance of over 160 feet. I like to imagine a scientist be like, it has to reach farther! So I'm going to give it a B-.
I appreciate how thoroughly the attempt was made to fuse the two Pokemon together, but I think too many features were carried over. I don't like the Pokeballs either. I'm going to give this a high D.
Let's see if there's a Blastoise Mewtwo reverse. What the hell? His body proportions are insano. My man has 22 elbows on his arm. I don't know if I love or hate this, honestly. I'm getting a little bit of both. I like how unique it is. They really just went for it. It's cool, but it's also wonky as hell. For the effort, for the water effects, for the sheer creativity of it, I will still give it an A.
Really, the only things I don't like are the arm segments, because it's a lot, and the head is almost unreadable to me. The rest of it, I really love. I love the water cannons. The look of them is so sick. But just for the inconsistencies, I'm gonna stick this in B still.
The thing that's really getting me is like how the shell is working on it. It's kind of hard to tell exactly like the space that it's taking up behind the body, especially because of like how tight and sculpted the like actual like chest area is of this. Never wanted to say that ever, but there we are. I kind of love this. It kind of fucks. I'm gonna give it a strong A.
So I need to start out the gate with this. This might be the strangest reference I've made in these shorts. The final boss of Custom Robo for the DS, Hadron, and it looks like this. The lines on the shelling don't make any sense to me. But because I am so impressed with the sprite work on this, I'm giving it an A.
Somebody asked us to take a look at Mamoswine Gengar. Let's see what we got here. Whoa. That's interesting. I wasn't expecting
That is
the
a
mega.
take. This is okay. It's a little weirdly busy for me, but I do like some of the touches of like the ice where it's making contact with the ground. I don't know how to describe this thing. It doesn't make me feel a lot of things, good or bad. So I'm just gonna stick it in B and move on.
Whoa, I love Mamoswine. And I really like the design of Mega Gengar. And these fused together is something I never imagined. I'm pleasantly surprised. It's pretty cool. The ice being like the flare on its feet is awesome. And the custom sprite works very cool. I'm going to give this a high A.
I actually really like this a lot. It's something about the ice on the feet and specifically the angle of the spikes on its back. I immediately imagined it like skating around on its things like a fucking water strider. It's very fun. I like this a lot. A.
No, this is cool. I like that they went with the direction of like Mega Gengar instead of just regular Gengar. I mean, it's not my favorite just because I'm not like a huge Mamoswine guy, but I like the idea here. I like the icy bits being his weird shadow things. Like, good choices were made. It's good sprite work. I will give it a high B. Let's see if there is Gengar Mamoswine reversed.
This thing would be Robbie Rotten's sidekick. He's so friend-shaped and so doofy. I like him a lot. I think it's really funny that it looks like it has a mustache under that little piggy nose. He's so funny to me. I like him a lot. This is an A.
The Pokedex entry is deep in the night, your shadow cast by a streetlight may suddenly overtake you. Yeah, no shit, this is gonna overtake me. Holy God. It's so doofy and fun. I don't know, it just makes me happy. I'm just gonna give it a good old B.
The Shadow Tusk Pokemon doesn't have any tusks, but this is a significant improvement because tusks would get in the way of those pearly whites. Almost looks like his feet are smiling at you too. I'll give it an A.
I know this is supposed to be a fusion between Gengar and Mamoswine, but I see it as a three-way fusion between Wario, Maggie and the Ferocious Beast, and Andy Reid. And I'm just gonna leave it at that. It's an A.
Why?
I told you, everything I said was accurate.
Fucker runs at you and just goes, Bundlerooski, Bundlerooski.
We got this requested by someone, and we also got this requested by the artist, because this is a Kiwi Arms fusion, apparently. So Giraffe Rig Hitmontop, let's see. That's goofy as hell. That is...
Oh, shot, you made it fucking spin on like the top of the drop.
God damn it.
Unequivocally, I love it because it's so fucking silly. I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't this at all. So you're getting a fucking A-.
It looks so distraught. I'm assuming the reason is because it's twisting in on its own neck. I really like the pose. It looks like it's going for a spinning jump kick. Yeah, high A.
I think the thing that's really selling this for me is the fact that its neck is just twisting around itself. And the whole thing is so goofy. I like how the limbs are just flopping around in the air. Like, this is great. I have to give it an A. This is goofy as hell.
I just can't wipe the image of a Girafarig standing normally and then balancing on its head and kicking the shit out of me. I don't think I can give it an S, but this is an incredibly high A for me. It's so silly.
Let's see if there's a Hitmontop Girafarig reverse. That's... I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't that. The longer I look at it, the worse it gets.
Fucking what? Who? What? Where? What? How? How did this appear out of your brain? I'm gonna give it an S, but like, how did you do it?
This thing looks like it huffs glue. It's strange, and I love it, but it bothers me. And it has like Karen bangs. There's so many layers to it. I guess it's an S.
Help. Give this thing help. It looks like Pepe from the Muppets did things with a nematode from SpongeBob, and this is what we got. It's a B just for how hard I laughed.
I couldn't see either before, and I see them both so clearly now.
What the hell? So, okay, listen. So this actually has backstory with the channel. I created an image years ago. It was a worm that looks almost exactly like the head of this thing without the Hitmontop. And behind it, I wrote in a bunch of text, just, I hate you! I hate you! I hate you! That was the birth. That was the birth of I hate you. Hey.
Someone has asked us to look at Psyduck Ghastly, so let's take a look at this thing. That's just a duck in a cloud, dude. I don't know what to tell you.
Who beheaded Psyduck?
I like that they removed the hairs on its head, but then put it in the gas.
It's the best part.
That's really fun,
so
actually.
Good. It's so good.
It's just for that, I have to put this in A.
I will not be putting this as high as A, but I do really like the hair being part of the cloud. If I saw this thing just deadpan floating up to me, I'd probably scream. I'll give it a B, though.
So silly. Why? I don't have a lot I can say about it. It's a Psyduck head. It gets a low B because I still like how doofy he is.
I also love the hair and the ghastly cloud, but the thing about this that really gets me, and I don't know why, it just has to do with the eyes. It just looks like you see this thing, you give it a weird look, and it's just like, we got a problem. I'm gonna give it an A.
Let's see if there's a Ghastly Psyduck reverse. I feel like there's gonna be. That's really funny. I like that a lot, actually.
Oh my god.
That's really cool.
They
Oh,
did
I
it again.
love it.
The bubble's giving me real Loco Roco vibes. Big fan. I actually really enjoy just conceptually Psyduck with Ghastly's angry eyes. He looks pissed. And the transition into making the gas bubbles water bubbles is also really cute and interesting. High A.
Yeah, seeing Psyduck but Angie is really funny. The bubble head instead of the gas thing is absolutely perfect, and they did a great job rendering it too. He's doing like the headache thing, but it looks like he's trying to like actively like pull the bubble off, almost like Ghastly is like possessing him, kind of. There's a lot to love about this. I'm gonna give it an A.
I think it's really silly. I just wish there was like a little bit more color variation would be my only ask, but I really like this. This is a strong B.
For me, the way it reads is like almost like the bubble is like lifting him off the ground, and he's like holding on and like trying to stay grounded. And he's like, "Piece of fucking shit, you better stick to- I don't want to get up there." I think this overall just exudes a lot of character. I think it's just really expressive and really fun. I'm gonna give it a plus.
Somebody asked us to look at Snorlax Lopunny, so we're gonna do it. What do we? Oh. Damn, I like that he's still tired in this because I'm tired of looking at it, and I haven't even been looking at it that. It's not bad. I like how the fuzzies on the end are very like unkempt. Like I don't know if it's supposed to be bedhead, but that's what I'm getting from it. I will generously give this a B.
It's a good fusion of the two. I really wish it didn't keep Lopunny's boot feet, not with the rest of the. I don't like the thighs on this thing. This feels bad. I've been giving a lot of B's, but I think I just have to give this a low B.
My man's not cultured about thighs, I see.
Not in a Pokemon!
The fluffiness of the hands are something that I really enjoy. I think the faces blend well together. I like the fluffy, unkempt, poofy ears. The goofiness that is the really petite boots next to like the large thighs, I think it really gets me. And it all just kind of flows together really well. I'm honestly gonna give like an A minus. I do enjoy it.
Basically, the other three said what I wanted to say, especially Kyle, actually, because they don't not fit. And I do conceptually kind of really like the idea that it still has very gentle footfalls and it's light on its feet. So I'll give it like a high B, low A.
See if there's a Lopunny Snorlax reverse. Oh
There it is!
my
Wow,
god, it's just Big Chungus!
Big Chungus refers to an image of the cartoon character Bugs Bunny, usually captioned with the phrase Big Chungus and presented as a game for PlayStation 4 console.
If it was just Big Chungus, funny, haha, whatever. The fact that it has like bulging red beady eyes and ginormous teeth, it becomes nightmare fuel Big Chungus, and that really, I think, raises it to another level. I'm gonna give it a C.
The word Chungus was coined by video game journalist Jim Sterling several years before the meme became popular.
I like the bows on the wrists. S.
Starting in July 2019, the meme regained ironic popularity on iFunny and certain parts of Reddit.
Man, this f***ing sucks. Man, I hate Big Chungus. D.
Oh. D.
Someone asked us to take a look at Darkrai Mimikyu, which is awesome, because I love Darkrai, and Nico loves Mimikyu, so let's see. Yeah. Oh, he's like a little puppet! I love that so
that's
much.
really cute.
I like this a lot. It is very cute. It's just where the puppet strings. Who's holding them? Where are they coming from?
He's a ghost.
No.
Okay.
I always love that Mimikyu is like just basically an excuse for the artists to just take the Pokemon and make it small and cute. I think that the custom sprite work is pretty excellent. I'll give it a high A.
Yeah, this is adorable and creepy at the same time, which I think is exactly what I wanted it to be, with the little puppet strings, and it looks like he has a little crutch, and I know that's probably not what it is, but it makes me think that he's like busted up. I don't know, it's just a cute little guy. I'm gonna give him an A.
I love this. I love Mimikyu. I don't know what's going on with its little crutch over there, but this is still a strong A for me, so it's such a cute little guy.
It's just really impressive that this is able, I'm like fully reading both in this. Like you can very obviously tell they're both there, and it's having more extra fun with the puppeteering stuff. It's just great. it's really good all around. Probably never heard this before. I'm gonna give it an A.
Let's see if there's Mimikyu Darkrai reversed. Yo!
There is.
Awesome!
Oh,
That is cool as fuck.
Are there wind socks on his shoulders?
Hell yeah, there are, brother.
That's a really funny way to keep like the Darkrai shoulder spikes and the Mimikyu ears in there at the same time. If there ever was a Pokemon fusion to be a Scarecrow, it should be this. When Mimikyu's not used as an excuse to make tiny cute Pokemon, it's used to make patchwork Pokemon, and once again does not fail. Low S.
I have never thought about Darkrai's little spindly legs being turned into sticks. And it's perfect. Person who is named Scarecrow, who made this, knows how to make a good Scarecrow. This is some nice ass art, and I'm gonna give this an S+, baby.
The legs are so creative. I love it. The red like neck adornment that Darkrai has being like a scarf around him is so creative. I love the hat. The more I look at it, the more I love it. This thing is definitely an S, no question.
At this exact moment, I'm gonna give this the title of most creative and unique fusion I've seen, because I think the way that it takes the two, fuses together, I can see them both, and like you guys have all said so far, like the features of the Scarecrow that perfectly match things about both these Pokemon is just so clever and so cool. It's gotta be a high S for me. It's awesome.
Looks like there's a Mimikyu Darkrai alternate fusion, so let's see what that is. What the hell?
Oh,
As creepy as he's got a little penis. I don't know if we can show that. He's got a little
It's
wiener.
fine. Hey, I've fought those things in Dark Souls 3.
I feel like I've seen this a million times before, and yet it's the first time I've ever seen this, and I'm in love. And the eyes, they stare back at me, and I stare at them, and they see into my soul, and I don't see a soul staring back. Cool axe, though. High S.
That's a scythe, dog.
Yeah, it's a scythe or a large
It is a
sickle.
scythe.
I don't know if this is a reference to something. It probably is, but I like to imagine this is just what Mimikyu looks like when you get on all underneath that little satchel. I won't be able to sleep tonight. Also, he has a big old schlong. I'm giving it an S.
I like this a lot. It's really creepy. Genuinely feel like this is inspired from those weird things from Dark Souls 3 or whatever inspired those things from the Poison Swamp area. I don't see a ton of Darkrai specifically in this, so I'm not going to let it into S. I am going to keep it at a very high A, but I do still like it a lot.
I'm the weird one because I don't really like this, actually. It's not really reading either of them to me. I don't know. Like, it's very creepy, and what it's trying to do gets that point across, but as a fusion of these two, I'm not feeling it. So I'm going to give it a B.
Someone asked for Tyrantrum Hone Edge. We're going to take a look and see what that looks like. That's goofy as hell.
It looks like a Power Rangers toy.
It really does. It really does. Oh shit, it's Kiwi Arms.
Hey!
Didn't even realize that. Yeah, no, it really is just like a Power Rangers weapon. It's really funny. I mean, it's Kiwi, so the art's great, as always. I'm going to give this a pretty strong A. I like it.
Yeah, Mattel definitely made this thing at one point. I could find this on eBay. I love it. It's really good. The art is clean. The styling of the little sword is super fun. The scarf, I like that it has a little bit of spikes on it at the end. And the Tyrantrum face is really well rendered. I like this a lot. This is an A.
The thing that's getting it for me right now is how rugged the actual blade looks. I don't know like how you did it, but like it really is emulating this like ancient prehistoric blade that's been unearthed. And then there's big old goofy tail, so I'm gonna give it like an A-.
I think right out the gate, I'm not usually as enthused about like the Hone Edge or Age/Slash fusions that are like a different sword, even though conceptually I do love it because it shows a lot of personality of the other Pokemon. But like the more you talk about Power Rangers and Mattel toys, the more into this I am. So I'll give it like a high B.
There was no Tyrantrum Doublade, but is there a Tyrantrum Aegislash? There is.
Oh,
It's very goofy.
a silly guy.
He's a little goofball. The eyes got a little bit of stank on him. He's judging you. He's judging you for finding this guy. I don't love how jagged it is, but it makes sense for being based off Tyrantrum. The skull is what's really selling this, though. The skull hand is very cool. So I am still going to give this an A.
I like it. I don't like the little cutout part on the blade. I don't know. It feels a little disruptive of the whole blade itself. That said, the skull being on the arm reminds me of my Megatron Beast Wars toy from when I was 7 years old. So this is a strong high B.
See, it's interesting that you comment about the cutout on the blade, because the thing that I kind of take some issue with is the fact that I don't know why, like the choice of it almost looking like there are two blades layered on top of them because of the way the lines are. It's kind of throwing me a little bit, but overall though, I think this thing has a lot of character. So I'll let it be like a solid B.
Conversely to what Nico and Kyle said, as far as like specifically the chip in the sword goes, I quite like it. When I was a kid, I did collect a few arrowheads and none of them were in perfect condition. They all had a chip in there somewhere. So I really like that. As far as the shield being the skull goes, that's what really carries this mostly for me. I like this, but I'm not the biggest on it. So high B.
Let's see if there's Aegis/Tyrantrum reversed. Holy crap! That's awesome! What the
Holy shit.
Speaking of Zords, this thing is like an evil Power Ranger Zord. There's so much detail in this. The art is incredible. It's a perfect blend of the two. It's amazing. This is an S easily.
This is so rad on all accounts. It looks like as a ghost type Aegis/possessed Tyrantrum. Weird little detail I love is the little cowl that Tyrantrum has become shaped like the frills on Aegis/. Oh! A.
Really? After all that, you get an A? I was very surprised.
You, man. S.
I fucking love this. I think this is awesome. The little spirals and shit that they played into like all over the design of this like is so well done, and like the shadowiness of it, like, oh my gosh, like holy shit. It's an S. It has to be an S. I love it.
I can't say it by name, but there's a certain monster in Monster Hunter that this reminds me quite a bit of, and I am a big fan of that monster, and I'm a big fan of this. Also, one of the fangs in the lower jaw almost makes it look like the entire bottom level is like not there. And I think that's really cool. That's what I'm imagining it looks like. So I'm going with it. S.
There's an Aegis/Tyrantrum alternate fusion. Yo, that's awesome too. I like that so much, dude.
Yeah.
I realized this is literally just dinosaur with sword in his mouth, which if you haven't seen that guy on Instagram who's animated all the dinosaurs with the swords in their
I
mouths.
want that so
He
bad.
made a video game.
I'm assuming this is what it is in reference to, but also just the usage of colors from Aegis/, and how there's like the little armor bits. This is just a solid ass design, and I am really into it. I'm also going to give this an S, honestly.
I mean, I don't have too much to say about it. It's sick. I like the look of the sword being styled a little bit past what Aegis/ itself generally looks like. I won't let this one creep into S though. It's a pretty standard concept and just executed well. So I'm going to keep it in a solid A.
It might just be because we saw the last one before this thing, but like the color scheme of this isn't doing it for me the way that the last one did. But like in general, I think it's very cool. It's very epic. Big creature with big sword and mouth is very fun to me. I'll also let it just be like a solid A for me. It's good.
My gut reaction was not very enthused. I like it a lot, but there's something about the composition of the sprite that is just not doing it for me. I think it's just that the head is blocking so much of the silhouette and body for the whole thing. With respect to how excellent the sprite work is, I will give this a low B.